the mastermind. You'll be at the Heights House, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so some folks might want to swing by there.
Okay.
Hey guys, on Facebook, we're going to get started here with our updates. I just want to share this, and then we will get this thing rolling. All right. Hey, guys. Thanks for joining us. We're going to go pretty quick through here. I will go through. Most of you guys have heard this before. Really, the big important thing is this disclaimer. We're not soliciting for loans or syndications. We are always soliciting for our crowdfund. But there is a process to that. You will reach out from a gentleman named Brian Burr. Today, when we talk about loans and tenants in commons, and syndications, and crowdfunding, it's for demonstration and education purposes only. We're on the radio every night, 1070 The Answer, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11. Check us out. We're also live stream. You can check us out on iHeartRadio, the Texas Real Estate Radio Network. You can check us out on Facebook, on YouTube, and all our podcast stations. If you really want to stay up to date with us, join our group, Mr. Texas Real Estate, Jason Bible, Robert Orfino on Facebook. Let's go through our sponsors very, very quickly. Jet Lending, give these guys a call. Hard money lenders extraordinaire, absolutely kings of this marketplace. 281-872-7800. Give Rob Trigg a call over there. Or you can just reach out to him on our Facebook group. Those guys are trolling our Facebook group pretty hard. Patent Title, these guys are a deal breaker. We don't like to close deals unless we're using patent. We closed 4 with them last month, and we're probably going to close 5 or 6 this month with them. So give them an email, mrtxre@patenttitle.com. If you need help with a title company, you can just go ahead and reach out directly to me, Robert Orfino, on Facebook, and I'll hook you up right away with the closing team over there. In Capital Concepts, you guys don't know Blake and Sean. You guys really need to get to know these guys. They will be in our community building. They have an office there. Again, they'll help you with loans for just about everything. I mean, everything when it comes to lending. So it's mrtxre@forsmartmoney.com. Houston Plans and Permits, 281-372-1555. Again, if you're going to do some scraping, if you're going to do some adding on, if you're going to do some ground up, you really want to work with Hugo. The guy is a master investor as well as a great architect, and they handle all the permits for you. So they can really make this pretty easy. And if you are going into that ground up or adding on massive additions, then you kind of need someone who's going to handle this, take care of all these soft cost problems that you're going to have, and Hugo's the guy. This is our building. We're very excited about getting started over there. Lots of work going on today. Got window guys, glass guys, drywall guys, electricians, and air conditioning guys all working in the building today. Very exciting. Next week, we really should start seeing it take form. We should be painting all next week. And I would say the week after that, we should be able to do some walkthroughs for folks that are interested in renting our space. We are really looking to build a better community. We're very excited about the community space that we're building there. We're trying to bring some folks in that will service the community, again, really, really, really on top of what you're trying to do and help you out from wholesaling all the way through commercial real estate. We've got a number of single units available. Not so much doubles, couple suites left. The anchor spots are gone. We do have 6,000 square feet for custom space if you're interested. We have a state-of-the-art learning center, a cafe, a call center, 40 workstations, 3 conference rooms, and our broadcast studio, which will be, the sort of gem, if you will, of the building. And a lot of our tenants are coming in with the expectation that they'll be joining us on our podcast. They'll be on our podcast station, on our website, really taking advantage of everything the building has to offer. 45 Club, you should start seeing some hot and heavy emails next week. We'll be working with Chris and Brandt to sort of get people in. I know we've got 5 or 6 people that are looking to join. We're going to get our mastermind folks in this week first, and then the guys are coming in next week. It's very, very exciting. If you're an agent, just understand this. Jason and I are going to buy about $250 million worth of real estate over the next few years. That's going to be, I don't know, somewhere around what would that be? 5,000 leases, you think?
Yeah, that's probably about right.
Thousands of leases, let's put it that way, and then we're going to sell the stuff in 7 to 10 years. So I think our exit will be close to 500 million. So lots of opportunity to work with us. But we just have a certain standard, and we'll be doing that. We'll start doing that every other Thursday. We'll be talking about the 45 Club. We have a virtual mastermind. We did a preview last night. If you're interested, check this out. It's in our Facebook group, Facebook Live on it. We did our preview. We have our new facilitator. She's a top SEC attorney in the country, for sure. Investor, mom, syndicator, educator, author, public speaker. She's written many books on crowdfunding and syndications and apartment syndications. She's a guest speaker on everybody's stage, and she is part of our mastermind. So she's part of the facilitators that are there to help you out. If you're looking to get into apartment syndications, forget all these other clubs. Join our mastermind. There's no catches. There's no seniority nonsense or any of that stuff. Join a mastermind. Start syndicating. It's really what it comes down to. Here's the cost. We lay it all out. It's $10,000 for year 1, $7,500 for year 2, $5,000 for year 3, $2,500 for year 4, and free thereafter. And we plan on working this thing for the next 5 to 7 years. So you'll get some free years there, and you'll want to stick around because you're gonna have a better set of friends. There'll be deals. There'll be opportunities abounding, and that's our mastermind. The bonuses this time around are 3 extra months, so you're gonna get that's a $2,500 bonus. The Rockstar Guide to Raising Capital, that's Jillian's program. She sells for $1,500. That's free. The online Airbnb class, that's $1,000. It's $5,000 in bonuses. If you guys are interested in the mastermind, let us know. You can message us right here. You can text us at 281-401-9008. This is the class that we're talking about. We're going to get started with this week. It's a pretty great class on Airbnb. And if you listen to the radio show this morning, the very first hour, we talked about how you've got to go and pick up some of these properties. You can go to Galveston, you can find a decent Airbnb house for under $200,000 that will cash flow, that will appreciate. Those are good deals. So you really want to focus on your opportunities here with $1,000 Airbnb cash flow mastery class. And the last thing is, if you are looking to invest in our crowd fund, give Brian Burr a shout, 281-401-9008, text invest. That's what we have. So I just wanted to move through that pretty quickly here. Jason, what do you have? You got some stuff for us?
I do. I'm looking at beach houses.
You should be able now to just dump in and do what you want to do.
Okay, let's see here.
See if you can.
Oh, no. You're going to have to upgrade me.
All right, you're now the host.
All right. All right, guys. Look, this is Mortgage News Daily. It is a 5-minute piece. I will interject as needed, but it's an analyst from Bankrate. If you guys know who Bankrate is, they track all of the mortgage data essentially across every lender across the country. And this is on Squawk Box. I want to say it was this morning or last night, but certainly in the last 24 hours.
You've taken a look at a lot of different metrics, things like mortgage delinquency, unemployment rates, and something that you call housing hardship, to try and measure the 50 states plus Washington, D.C. to see who's faring the best and who's faring the worst. How, first of all, did you come up with these metrics, and what is housing hardship?
Well, I was just trying to come up with a real simple way to look at how the coronavirus has affected different states, because obviously the effects have been uneven across the country and across industries. And so this is a nod to the old misery index, which was just two metrics, unemployment and inflation. So instead of inflation, I substituted mortgage delinquency. So I took a look at state by state unemployment and state by state mortgage delinquencies.
The list is an interesting one, and maybe because the ones that have fared worst on the list, states like Nevada, Hawaii, Michigan, New Jersey, and Rhode Island. Some of those states I would expect to be there, like Nevada and New Jersey, because they've been hit so hard by COVID, but it's not necessarily the states that had the most cases of coronavirus that fared the worst here. How do you explain that?
Right. Well, in fact, Nevada has not had that.
So here's our unemployment rates by state. So when everyone starts talking about, well, Jason, there's going to be this big real estate crash, the whole world is ending. I'm like, no, it's not. Nevada's at 25% unemployment, Hawaii 22, Michigan 21, Jersey is 15, Rhode Island 16, and then those are the corresponding mortgage delinquencies from the last couple of months, which is relatively high. So I'm gonna keep letting this guy Jeff talk for a little bit. But one of the things you're gonna see here is certain states are impacted differently than other states, and then they're going to talk about inventory and the price of single family homes.
Any COVID-19 deaths and hasn't been hit hard. But Nevada and Hawaii both had fared the worst in April and May, the 2 months that I've looked at. And that's more about the structure of their economies. Those are both very tourism heavy states. And there was really no tourism in April and May. And so Nevada's had 25 to 28% unemployment over the past few months. Hawaii has also had very high unemployment. So those two states have had the most effects by far, and that's just because they're such tourism-dependent economies. They're not very diversified. There's not a lot of tech. There's not a lot of other employment in other industries to buoy those economies. And then when you get into the other states that you mentioned in our top five, Michigan, New Jersey, those two definitely have been hit very hard by the coronavirus. So it's been a mixture. So yes, in some cases, it's states that have been hit hard by the COVID-19 that are faring poorly, and then in other cases, it's states that have a lot of employment in vulnerable industries that hit the hardest.
The states that fared the best: South Dakota, North Dakota, Montana, Idaho, and Nebraska. What do they have in common? I guess they tend to be fairly steady and have less of a boom and bust sort of cycle.
Yeah, that's part of it. They're smaller states. They haven't had a lot of coronavirus cases, and they're all states in the upper Midwest these numbers are for May, so it's not like there was a lot of tourism or a lot of people coming into those states from other states during the late spring. So those states definitely have done well. They still have single-digit unemployment for the most part. And I guess the one disheartening thing about that, though, is that the states that have done well tend to be small in terms of population and in terms of their economies.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Diana, watching this on a regular basis, knowing what's happening even in the most recent weeks, what kind of strikes you with this? What questions might you have in terms of what we're seeing more recently?
Well, what I'm thinking is, how is this going to affect home prices? Because we've seen such a low supply of homes for sale and such high demand, as you just saw in the mortgage applications, that if a state has certain hardship, especially when it comes to mortgage delinquencies, and we're still in this mortgage bailout where borrowers aren't required to make those monthly payments, they can put it off until they refi their loan or until they sell their house. Does this hardship really translate into lower prices? Because we continue to see those home price gains accelerate because of that low supply and that high demand. Will this affect prices, do you think?
Well, you're right. Nationally, we have seen home prices hold up surprisingly well just because of that supply and demand equation that you talked about. The supply of homes for sale has gone down, but the demand of homes has not gone down as much. So we're still seeing bidding wars. We're seeing prices go up. And so it's I mean, the answer really kind of depends on the state. So, you know, New Jersey's housing market had not bounced back as strongly as other places. Michigan is another place that hadn't bounced back as strongly. You know, Nevada had been seeing a lot of demand from Californians moving into the state to take advantage of lower home prices in Nevada. So, yeah, you're right. We're not going to see foreclosures in the near future, but certainly a state like Nevada or Hawaii that's got 20% unemployment, it's you know, that does not bode well for the housing market in those states, and presumably in other states it won't be as severe.
So there you go, folks. It's the same thing we've been saying for a couple of months now. Actually, I mean, technically 3 years. There's just not enough inventory out there, and the lack of inventory and the steady amount of demand just continues to increase the price on single-family real estate. So until construction comes back, we're going to continue to see price gains at or below the median home price. A couple of more bits of news. 60% of surveyed Americans say it's a great time to buy a home, or they want to buy a home. I mean, it just, the data, more and more data keeps coming in that says that there's going to be this absolute wave of purchases across the country. I found this fascinating. Tappable home equity rises to a record 6.5 trillion. Now, that's not total equity, because tappable equity means you've got to have 20% equity in the deal. So you still have 80% loan to value. And that gives the American homeowner $6.5 trillion to play with. The fascinating thing here is 75% of homeowners with tappable equity have interest rates above 3.5. So I think over this next year, all through 2021 and probably 2022, you're going to see a ton of refinances as folks either take some of that equity out or quite simply get into a lower rate mortgage for the next foreseeable future. Cash outs accounted for 42% of refinance loans in the first quarter. So I expect that to increase dramatically. And then, of course, here's some fascinating discussion on rent right now. They're seeing rent decreases across the country. I think that has a lot to do with certain markets are really getting crushed in the luxury rent market. So rents of luxury units notably decreased 1.2%. And when you're looking at averages, the luxury market is really the one that pushes down real estate prices, if you will. It's usually the higher end properties that bring that down. Rob and I have been talking about this for a little while. Real estate expert warns exodus from cities will last 2 years. So I want to make sure everybody understands this. This is not people who live in Katy are now going to go live in I don't know, whatever is west of Brookshire. Like this is not people who live in the Heights are now going to go buy 20 acres out in Chapel Hill. This is I live downtown in a condo and I'm moving to the Heights, or maybe I'm moving to Cypress, or I live in Seattle and I'm moving to Everett, or I'm moving to Tacoma, or I live in New York and I'm moving to Jersey. So that's really what this is. And they expect it to last 2 years. Now, why do I share this with you guys? Because I don't think we're going to see much from Houston. In other words, people moving from inside of Houston to outside. But I do think we're going to have folks that live in Florida, or no, I'm sorry, live in California or live in New York that say, you know what, I can move to Texas. It's a lot cheaper. I don't have to deal with all the BS, and I can have a much bigger house with a much bigger yard. In fact, at the very bottom here, guess who is most excited about this exodus? Well, baby boomers, because they bought and overbuilt all those gigantic McMansions in the late 90s and early 2000s. So those markets really haven't come back, but I think you're going to see a resurgence in those type of properties, whether they're being purchased as a pre-owned home or being built as an entirely brand new home. I can totally see that happening. The other thing of note here is if someone says, hey, this may last for up to 2 years, I can just about guarantee you that the Airbnb things that we're doing now are going to last at least 2 years. Because if you don't want to be in a big city, you probably don't want to fly on a plane. And July 4th weekend, travel was down nearly, airplane travel was down nearly 75%. But people were still going places. Where were they going? They were going down to our beach houses. So I suspect over the next 2 years, we're going to see absolute record highs for Airbnb. So it's going to be really interesting to watch the Airbnb market and the large house market. So, Rob, you got any comments? That's all I've really got for today's show, if you will. I had some other pricing stuff, but it wasn't really. I mean, it was fine. It just
Yeah, I do actually. Give me control back, or you can. Yeah, give me control because I've been cruising this.
okay. All right, you've been promoted.
There you go.
Oh, what do we got here?
This is the MGM Tower right here, 11th floor.
Damn.
215. That one's associated with a hotel. That's great.
That was June 22nd for the last markdown.
Yeah, but there is a group right in here.
How awesome would it be to be in one of the in the residence tower in one
I know, right? Let me
for 200 grand?
I'm just looking for. That's the Bel Air. It's nice. We want to be closer to the strip here. And then we don't want these low-rise shit. We want,
Well, the low-rise stuff, they don't have any of the amenities. They're just kind of crappy.
Yeah. Let me show you the flamingo here.
Oh, yeah, that's sweet.
So these are all of a sudden, these are all very affordable. Look at this.
Getting me 140.
Yep.
That's nuts.
Here's one on the 11th floor. That's nice. 14th floor.
Click on that one. That looks like the view right there.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's gorgeous at night. Oh, you got a full patio.
Yeah.
You got a little dinner patio. Man, that is awesome. 150 grand.
Yeah, we're not there yet. We still want to see some more price cuts, right? I mean,
I think it's December when the pain train really comes in.
Yeah, I forget what these are over here. No, that's just a regular one. I would love to see. This is the Rio over here. This is There you go. There it is, dude. There it is.
Yeah.
This is the Palms.
Go to that one. Pull up all listed.
15th floor.
Oh, that's sweet.
You bet it's sweet. I've stayed here before. I could have bought one of these for $90,000 in the downturn.
Jeez.
This is the one that has the full spot and the what you call it. This one has the ice pool. The Tony Robbins, the ice pool.
The plunge pool?
Yeah, the plunge pool, right? And they have a rental program, and it's absolutely perfect. Look at that one. Look at the price cut, dude.
I saw it 34 grand in May.
Oh my goodness. Let's take a look over here. Let's see. That's 15th floor. This is the 6th floor to 18th floor. Wow, that's even nicer.
So they come furnished, huh?
Yeah. We really want to we want to know what view we have, right? I mean, there is I wouldn't mind being on the look the 18, look 15. Let's look at this. That's the strip right there, dude. If that's the view from the deck, that's pretty awesome. That's the Rio. There's the Wind, the Mirage. This is Caesars right here. Yeah, 200,000. 4 diamond condo with a fabulous strip. Access to the pool's great. I've stayed here many, many times. We got to get this thing. That one has got to come down a little bit.
I love that on-site rental for Airbnb.
Yep.
So awesome. We don't have to
Yep.
screw with it.
Yeah, man.
What do they have? Let's look at everything in the building. What do they have between 200 and 300? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Man, they're still, oh, interesting. They're still the same size. It must be the view.
I'm sure it is the view. Let's take a look at this.
$299. Okay, yeah, let's look at that.
Like that's the outdoor club, the pool, to hang out.
Dude, this is awesome.
Travel club.
Travel club. All right. Oh, I got rid of them. Pull them back up. Did you see the one that was 400? That was 1,200 square feet. Scroll down some more. There it is. 410. Yeah, these all start. Oh, so these are like suites. 1 bed, 2 bath, 1 bed, 2 bath. Interesting. Click on one of those.
28th floor.
Look at that. Oh man, that is some kind of sweet. 1 bed. So they only pay taxes on the 1 bed, right? That's fun.
Right, but I'm sure there's like beds everywhere, right?
Oh,
The couch pulls out.
Man, that is sweet.
Yeah, so that starts popping up. That's interesting when that doubles the space there, but
yeah, what happens when that's 275?
all right, we're just saying yes. Hover.
Go back, that one at 299, the 1 bed 615, that's right above the 410. Let's look at that. That's the most expensive.
Yeah.
Where is that? On the 52nd? Oh, dude. Oh, that's cool. Look at that.
This is it. I mean, that couch pulls out. It sleeps 4, right? I mean, that's travel club right there.
Yep. It's a big hotel room.
So give it a little more time, and then we'll reach out to an EXP agent in the area and say, go work this tower and find me the best deal.
Yep.
I want up. I want great views. I want everything, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the amenities are all the same, right? You're just buying the view.
Yep. This is 35th floor.
Oh, dude, look at that. It is awesome.
So we're keeping, guys, the whole point of this is, and we're not being stupid here, we're really keeping an eye on these marketplaces because, let's look here.
Yeah,
Still has this at 234.
Yeah, look at the price trend. Go back up. Scroll up there. That's what we're watching.
Yeah, we want to be back down around here.
You imagine if we're back down there at 150, 160?
Yeah, I think we can be. What is the low end here? It's 188 already, right? So 199. How desperately does he want to get out, right?
Yeah. Well, it'd be interesting too is
Listen, look, he's already come down so far.
well,
But he bought it for 152, right? So hey, we know there's, you know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, guy,
yeah, you want out, I can get you out.
I'll get you out at 160, right? Yeah, so the Palms is really sweet. I don't think there's anything nicer in my mind than that. The Turnberry's up here, but they're still they're still a little more expensive. This is the Hilton. That's the Bellagio. Yeah, right over here. This is all the wind parking. I mean, I just don't want any of those garden apartment shit, you know. I want to be in a high rise that got valet parking. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I want to roll into Vegas. Let's see.
All right, I'm back. Sorry, my internet keeps coming in and out.
No worries. And then I'm just going to, this is, I don't know if you've seen the pictures.
Ooh, I haven't seen this yet. That's sweet.
Yeah. I'm going to be washing the exterior of the house tomorrow. The coffee bar. That's one of the rooms.
That's great.
Yeah. They're all suites. Laundry. There's another one. So that's the forward apartment there. I'm getting new appliances. They're ordered. And this is ours, Jason. This is our little
That's awesome.
apartment upstairs.
Hey, some of that furniture looks familiar.
Yeah. It's a nice shot, right?
Yeah, it's great. Hey, wait a second. That looks like the same stuff we put in our rentals in Cashmere Gardens.
It's the exact same cabinets we put in our rentals in Cashmere Gardens. Absolutely. $500,000, except we don't do the cups.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. There it is. Let us know if you want to spend a week. It's a 6-night minimum because of the code down there, and it sleeps 7. So it's a great little place down there. So let us know if you're interested, guys. That's all I had, Jason. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We'll be back on Friday to do an update. So we're really, really excited. Thanks again so very, very much. Check us out on our Facebook page. And if you're interested in the mastermind or any of that stuff, just reach out to us. Take care, guys.